there's no gameplay, it shouldn't be super laggy. Woo. Is that you getting a notification?
Yep.
Sweet. Some people aren't getting notifications, so.
It says Conan Exile, but.
Yeah, I have to switch it out.
I figured.
Do that. Well, come on. It's not loading up on mine. Let me come in here. Actually, yeah. Minimize. Come on. Come on. Everybody, do. Come on, everybody, do. Load, you piece of slow poo. There. Are you in or yeah? No.
Am I in? Yep.
Yeah. Can you let me know if anybody shows up? Just because mine's not showing up yet on my phone. So
yeah, I just have me is the only one watching.
Trying to get in here and switch everything out real quick. Come on. Go that way. There we go. You know what I'm going to hate about summer times and doing all this stuff?
6-second delay. The heat.
Yeah. I was sweating so bad earlier. Fudge.
I got 2 people watching.
Alright, Matt, you can keep him entertained for a minute, right?
I can keep him entertained.
Woohoo! What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is D-Blaze84 with Mr. Hogan, Happy Hogan, and we are back with some D&D Talk.
We're in the sweet D&D kitty shirt.
Is going to talk to you real quick while I try to get some stuff figured out.
Alright, so we had a couple questions on just a few comments to go over. We had one person asking, if you're a new player, what can you expect out of it? What should you go in preparing to do? First, I gotta say is open mind. Just really have an open mind. It's definitely a different experience if you've never done it before. Talk with your DM ahead of time. Your DM obviously knows what's going on. Ask him what kind of campaign is he going to do. Is it going to be more of a lax and lenient one? Is it going to be more deadly? Is it going to be an evil campaign? Evil campaign meaning you know, kind of try to steal from your other players in the party type of thing. Some people like that stuff, some people don't. So, it's good to find out that. Number 3, look up races and classes. Usually try to find your class first before you go with a race, just because races give you certain attributes and perks. For example, Dragonborn will give you like +2 strength, and that goes pretty well with Barbarian class because they utilize strength, if that makes sense. Anytime, answer it, or ask any questions. We're always here to help. Let's see. Number 4. Try to, when you play, do what your character would do, not what you yourself would do. It can be very hard, and it kind of goes along the same lines with metagaming. Metagaming is one of those very hard things. I know we've talked about this before, and what that is you hear someone say it around the table, but your character itself does not know what happened. For example, say I run around the corner. I see there's 3 guys because I went up ahead. Well, my party that's, 50 feet behind that didn't go around the corner, they don't know. I didn't tell them. So their next turn is not going to be like, I run and I pull a bow out and shoot 3 guys because I'm that good because I didn't know they were there. Try to do that kind of stuff. That's always really fun. And let's see. Always going with open mind. And so back to characters. The reason why you want to look at your character fully, and when I say fully, I don't mean don't look at him just now. Look at what he can do later. Because that will really kind of help open up what all he can do. It's very hard because a lot of the classes, or probably all of the classes, actually split up into a couple different ways, get more abilities, but that will kind of help you know what to focus on as you're creating your character. Always go in and try to have fun. and try not to spoil anybody else's fun. And what I mean by that is, if you guys killed all these bad guys, don't be the one that just shouts out, I'm going to go rob everybody. I'm going to go search every single body in the whole world. You know, that's not going to be fun for everybody, because when that happens, people tend to talk over each other. It gets very hard. The DM misses what other people are saying. And no one has good times. Kind of like the South Park episode, you pizza when you should have French fried. Don't pizza when you should have French fried. And we had another question on what to expect for a one-shot campaign. So, one-shot campaigns, what that is you're getting together with a group of friends, you're doing a one-day campaign. You know, it might last 2 hours, might last 4 hours. Usually one-shot campaigns last about 4 hours. And essentially what that is you start and then you end and there's no continuation. You do it in one shot. And what, if you're doing a one-shot campaign, what you want to do is get to the point. You don't want your players looking for certain items or clues, because that just takes up so much time. You know, give it to them right away. You don't want your players having to do these ridiculous rolls of, hey, I'm going to climb this ladder. Okay, perform an athletics check. No, just let them climb the ladder, because that just takes away from the point of your one-shot story you're doing. You always want to try to have a couple of the high moments, and you want to get to the task right away. And another very important thing is you don't want your characters to say, or start them out as, you guys are all in a bar, unless that one main event just happened in a bar. And what I mean by this is, a lot of D&D campaigns, they might start out as, we're all in a bar, or hey, we're all on an adventure, or you're all in a war and you just meet each other. These are more of backstory type campaigns. And if you want to have a backstory, do the actual campaign. If you don't want to have a backstory and you're trying to do a one-shot, leave that out of it, get straight to the point. A lot of people use the 1-2-1 method, where you have an hour of introducing everything, then you have 2 hours of trying to figure it out, and then another hour of looking for stuff, then the 2-hour battle. It's something along those lines. There's several videos on the 1-2-1 type of thing, so really just kind of focus on those, or it's 1-2-1, so hour for looking at stuff, 2 hours for battle, and the 1 hour after. Get it all done in one shot, you are golden. I think that's all we have for the questions so far. So if you guys have any questions at all, let us know. Last week we were unable to get together. Some stuff came up, and unfortunately life happens. But we're usually trying to get together every single Friday, and most of the time it happens. It's only the second time we had to cancel, so we're still doing pretty good, especially since it's been since October.
It's like ash catching.
Right? Nice.
Doing my work, so I went whoopsh. Yeah, it's been October. We've had only I think one majorly long break, and that's when personal life issues came into play for a couple people, and it was just
with like most of the campaign party, so it was like, okay.
So everybody just took time off, and that's when everybody started splitting off, and
yep.
So it's time to bring in a batch of new people and
continue the story, man.
Yeah, because I think me and you were Jacob is with us. He'll join us whenever he can. But like out of the original starting party, man.
Yep.
Me and Matt are the only like newbie or the old people in it.
Yep. Because Clint was like day 3 or 4. So I mean he's pretty close to being up there, but
beard keeps on like trying to curl up. I hate it. Okay. So we talked about we're going to be going over character sheets today, just because we didn't have any content because we didn't do it last week. We are doing it today, though. We are.
Oh, one thing I will say, if you are interested and want to comment, you leave a comment and you say, I want my character's name in D&D. I will make you a NPC character, and we'll even talk about it on the next video. So, leave a comment, give a like, give a share, subscribe if you haven't. We all appreciate it, and you'll be a character that will serve a point in our D&D campaign. If you're in the campaign, you leave a character, it'll be your actual person's name. So, Clint, if you're watching, you leave your name. Something might happen to you and your rogue. I don't know.
Let's see. See if I can do this and it won't be all like blurry. Ready? I gotta just remember how. This one might be easier. So here is the typical. I'm trying to get it so I can see. Yeah, it's so hard to do it. So it's a front. Sorry if you can't. You don't really need to read it, but here's the front. Throwing shit, man. The back. And for those of you who are magicians, you get a second page.
So 3 pages total.
I only have to worry about Ringling, not just the first.
Yeah. I would recommend getting a notebook guide, especially if you're doing a campaign, because everything you get is not going to fit on that sheet.
No, I have like just 2 front and back sides for just my inventory.
Yeah.
Along with what the space that I have on the sheet. So, sorry.
All right, so we're doing how to build a character, right?
Yep. Or like just
in general, kind of what to look for.
Yeah.
All right, so I kind of said this a little bit before. When you're building a character, I recommend you pick the class first. When you pick your class, there are several different classes. I'll even look it up and read them off for you fine gents in just 1 second here.
Oh yeah, I was going to ask you for that.
So there's a simple app called the Complete Reference for 5e. It's free. I would recommend downloading it. It has almost every single thing you will need. So for D&D 5e, your classes are Barbarian, Bard, Cleric, Druid, Fighter, Monk, Paladin, Ranger, Rogue, Sorcerer, Warlock, and Wizard.
I was going to ask you too for the web address for that. Easy created, so that way I can put it in the description after this goes.
Yep, so I'll send that to you afterwards.
Okay, sweet. Woo.
Yep.
So yeah, there is a quick and easy way to create a character. Matt found it's a website, and I'll leave it in the description below for you guys. And I saw him do it with 2 people.
A couple other people.
Yeah, in like less than
a minute.
Yeah, less than 5 minutes per person. So.
Yeah, and it creates you just the base level character. So if you say you want this guy level 1, it will randomly roll you every single thing. Make sure your DM is okay with you using that if that's how you want to go, because it might get a little bit too complicated for you. So just talk with your DM. If you're doing a one-shot campaign and you're the DM, I would recommend you rolling about 5 of those sheets, depending on how many people are in your thing. That way they can just pick free range at who they want.
And if you are new to D&D, or like you're like myself who hadn't played it in ages, and you think that it's going to be too much to get into, too much to dive into, a barbarian is a great way to introduce yourself, man. I went with probably the most plain Jane character that you could do, which is a dragonborn barbarian. But I don't have to worry about spells. I don't have to. All I have to focus on is my character. I don't have to worry about what level I have to be to cast fire or illusions, or that's never ever been my forte. I've always been the go in and just hack and slash.
You know, if you do go with the magic, like I've always been magic. So in my last campaign, I was a warlock. Loved him. But make sure you know your DM's magic rules, because there's rules in the book, and then there's house rules. So learn the house rules. Like for me, for example, my house rule is if you can cast level 2 spells, you can have every single level 2 spell at your disposal. You can only cast it so many times until your spell slots run out. The way the rules actually work is you can only learn this many spells, so when you are able to learn those spells, you can only pick this many of them, which is hard to do because you don't know which ones are going to come in handy at what time. Because there's so many attack ones, just plain confusing ones, and it's just, just use your creativity and imagination on how you'd use those. And then also in a lot of the spells, it'll say, you need this item. I don't care if you have that item or not, because there are so much little things that you can do from the D&D rules that just confuses everybody. think of it like playing a Fallout where you have like the survival mode where you actually have to worry about eating every second, drinking water every second.
Fallout.
Yeah.
That's 76. I heard that's horrendous.
Yeah. So it's kind of up to you and your DM on what their rules are. Just kind of learn them beforehand, and it will really help you out.
And I know, like, real quick, I want to say hello to Alpha Kid and to Sierra. Hi. Now, if, like, because when we first started this, Matt was telling me that he's not going to do any, he's not going to worry about, you have to have every single item to craft, like, spells or such like that. You don't have to worry about eating or drinking. You won't have, like, a weight limit, and you won't have the mounts. Now, I know if a DM tells you that, and you're going, and you just really want to play this game because you want a horse to ride, don't worry about it, guys. It really doesn't. We haven't had any mounts, and we've had the same amount of fun with it.
Yeah.
It's actually nice because you don't have to worry about every step where that mount is, because rule of thumb is if you stop paying attention to it for a while, it'll be gone.
Yep.
You have to treat it like a real life animal.
Yep. One rule of D&D, and especially for DMs, is you split the party, that leads to death. So don't split your party, and think of it this way. So there's right now 4 players and 1 DM. In a regular combat, they each have, 1 turn to attack. So there's 4 different, at least 1 dice rolls rolling the d20. If they hit, they add another dice or 2 to that. Then think of all the bad guys that I have to roll for. So say there's 3 goblins, there's now 8 people rolling dice. When you get high enough level, these guys and these guys now get multiple attacks. So double that for dice roll. You have a mount, add a whole nother attack right there, and another target, and trying to write down who all goes first, what order it goes first. It takes a lot of time.
Look at Clint's damage, man. I don't know what he rolls like 6, D10 or something? Or
Yeah, I gave him special daggers, and
it's like, Jesus.
And he's just super high in dexterity. That's what it is. I mean,
Yeah. So, like, if he just gets a regular hit, like, a regular hit for me is 3d10. I have my rage, so it's the 3d10 plus 3 for damage or something like that. That's high as it is. If I get a critical, I do 6d6.
Yep.
But no, he's rolling like 6d10 with just a regular roll. I'm going, gee, like, it's like, Jesus, dude.
Mm-hmm. But Clint's life is also about half of what yours is, though.
That is true. And the strength.
Yep.
Because I think I have like a 22 strength.
Yep.
No, I have 18. Because I have the 4 points.
Yeah, 20's max, so.
Yeah. I was adding the 2 for some odd reason. I don't know why.
It's probably your proficiency or something that you're adding in.
Well, I was just, yeah. I don't know why I thought I needed to, but it's one of those things where tonight's going to be super fun because my brain just does not want to work.
Nice. Spoiler, tonight is Easter themed.
Oh, is it?
It is.
We're going to take on an Easter bunny?
Possibly.
I've never seen any horror Easter bunny movies.
Oh,
so.
man. We'll see how it goes.
If you have, let me know. Sorry, like my nose. I always feel like a cokehead because my nose is just. Sorry, guys. I'm not. I'm too bloated to be a coke addict. No, because it like curls up like right here. Yeah, and it's just like. But let's see. I guess we can go over by like a couple sections that might be important.
Yeah, for sure.
Armor class. If you're going to be playing not a barbarian, a dragonborn. No, I guess it is a barbarian. Well, if you're playing the class that I'm playing.
Yeah.
It's better to have like no armor until you get to like the higher levels. Because I looked into it because Jacob had mentioned it to me.
Yeah.
It's actually, if I was like to wear heavy armor or medium armor now, my attacks would be way less, and it just wouldn't. My speed would be way less.
Yep.
So, like Matt was saying, look into the characters, look into the backgrounds. make sure that you fully understand not just how you're going to be at the beginning, but you want to look towards the end of it. So that way you can walk through and get your best possible character out of it.
And think of every 3 to 5 levels you get a major ability change. Like, for example, Dustin here, Barbarian, I think it was at 3rd level he picks, do I want to be more of the defending Barbarian or more of the attacking Barbarian?
It was like I can't even remember the classes.
Yeah, it's the Path of the something. When I was my Warlock, I got to pick essentially a god that I worshipped, and there's a list of them, and each one offered me something different. I went with the Great Old One because he offered God, what's it called when you can speak to somebody through their mind?
Telekinesis. It's telekinesis, Kyle.
Is it still telekinesis? Okay.
The only reason I ever remember it, Tenacious D. Where he's like, that's telekinesis, Kyle.
Telepathy.
Wonder
No, it's
Boy.
telepathy because telekinesis is moving.
Oh.
So, anyways, almost the same thing. It's the same thing because I did get both of those abilities through that god anyway. So yeah.
Sweet.
So just think of little stuff like that, and just remember in D&D you can do anything.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to roll the dice.
He gave me a scroll, and it could be for any item I wanted. I held on to it for such a long time because I wanted to get something really cool and really good, and I think I picked like one of the better things that I could pick. Sorry,
Absolutely.
I don't want that on the edge, just because I don't want it to go crazy. Because I got what was it?
Bad sword.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the exact name of it. Yeah, it was a Frost brand greatsword. Not only can it do like nice damage, but when you hit it, they take freezing damage, but also at night and in like major storms, it emits a light that goes 10. If it's like it's like a regular misty or nothing heavy, it gets 30 feet. But if it's really bad, it automatically goes 10 feet. So you have a nice view around you. So
Yep.
you're never truly in the dark with that sword.
Yep. And like I said, when you're creating your guy, focus on what the class excels in. So Barbarian, obviously he needs strength. The Warlock, I need charisma because that's what I use to cast my spells with. So my charisma was, I believe, level 20, which is the max level unless your DM allows you to go higher, which I do not because it's just super overpowered.
Also, focus on like because I didn't think it was a big deal at the time, but like now that I'm actually playing and I've actually kind of got back into it, it's always important to like fill out the back of the first page is like everything about your character. Like it has age, height, weight, eyes, skin, all that. But then you have like we can add in like distinguished marks and
Yep.
do that, man. Get really creative and innovative with it because the more that you do it at the beginning, I think the more you'll be vested in it,
Yep.
and you'll easily want to slip into that character. Whereas if you have something where it's like it could look like you, me, or
Yeah.
an Oompa Loompa, or that much of a range, then
Yep.
you're not going to be invested.
Yeah, so in trying to play out your character, and a lot of people, role play it out. You don't have to change your voice if you don't want to, but the more you do with it, don't be embarrassed because it's just so much more fun.
Because guess what? Everybody's there doing the same
Everyone's
thing.
there doing the same thing. Like, we had this one guy, he's not in anymore, and it was always silly, but I give him props for doing
Sorry.
it. When something ever happened, he would always say, I'm just going to kind of stay back and pet my kitty because he had a panther. So it's like, it sounds silly, but it's like, well, we all kind of picture what he's doing. Or he's like, I'm going to grab him by the throat and get my claws out. It's, all right, I picture what he's doing. And then a lot of people don't really know what inspiration is. I did just more of a house rule where it's a luck point where you can reroll any dice, but it actually isn't. It's actually a point that you can use to give advantage to yourself or make an enemy roll disadvantage on your next roll. But you have to say beforehand, which it's cool, but I like the wish one or the luck point a little bit better because I don't give out inspiration that often, so I think it just makes it worth a little bit more.
And disadvantage if you roll on it, by the way, guys, really sucks. Because if you don't know what disadvantage rolls are, it's when you have to roll twice, really, pretty much, and you take your lowest roll. So you could roll a 20, and then you could roll a 3. You have to go with the 3. And it really just is no fun. Fish. If
Hi,
you want
Sarah.
to fish.
Hi, Alpha. Hi, green beans. Fish. All right. You do you.
Yeah. I don't think we'll ever be fishing in our game, but it'd be super easy for me.
Yeah.
I got claws, just go. Just take a swim.
You don't have the speed though. I guess you could just freeze the whole water.
Yeah, I could freeze. Yeah, you're right. Freeze the whole water and just cut out a portion. This is D&D. It's the live action role play. Okay. So it's pretty much a group of us sitting around a table, acting like different people. I think it's definitely helped me too, because for what I want to do, and this is going to be like a side tangent, so stay with me, guys. For the Minecraft series that I have started, we are going to, if you are invited into it, it's going to be, you have to be able to role play, because we're not doing anything like on the main servers, because I'm not a big fan of doing that, because people come in, they screw with your stuff all the time, and that will make me not want to play. So what we're going to do is we're going to start out with Mr. Hogan and myself. Me and him are going to be pretty much building a city before I let anybody else in.
Yep.
And then I'm going to give you the option, and it's going to be like Game of Thrones and D&D, essentially, and these kind of things. It's that time period. And you're either going to be living in the kingdom, on the outskirts of it, and I will give you not only your jobs and your roles if you're in the city, but if you're out of the city, I will give you pretty much a narrative of what you're going to do. So if you're on the outside and you're a bad guy, I can make you a king or queen of like
the
north, or over on the beach or wherever. And yeah, we're gonna do it like that. We're gonna have fun with it. And I think this has helped me open up to role-playing again. Like I said, Green Beans, I did shout you out on the Minecraft series. You are the first one out of the 3 that when we get everything set up and running, you will get the invite in. And I'll just figure out what we're going to do from there. So.
Heck yeah, man.
Now getting back to D&D. Sorry, I'm just like, my mind is like Minecraft central right now, just because like...
Yep. Another thing with D&D that I do a little bit differently with your character sheet is gold, because there's gold, silver, copper, platinum, and SB, I think is the last one. I mainly just use gold, silver, and copper, and mostly just gold, because it gets pretty complicated of what all you have to remember, because each one I think is like 10 copper equals 1 silver, 10 silver equals 1 gold. So a lot of the time where say they're searching a cave and they find this silver plate that's worth 10 gold. I'll say, you find the silver plate worth 10 gold. You just have the 10 gold if you want. So they'll just take the 10 gold because it just gets pretty complicated. Also for your character, there's always a flaw. And I know that there's ones that you can pre-roll and stuff like that, but try to think of what your own flaw would be if you can. Like maybe one of your flaws is you hate handcuffs because of what your background is. So if someone's like, hey, I'm going to put these handcuffs on you, it just throws you in a fit of rage. Maybe you hate being insulted. So if this big, powerful guard, calls you a, I don't know, eeny weeny spider boy or something like that, you're going to get upset. There's always something you can try to do to make it better. Even if it goes south a little bit, I think your DM is going to reward you enough for playing to your flaw. I doubt he would just straight up kill you for it. Because that'd be kind of a dick move. Apologize the language.
That would suck.
Yeah. Like, Clint, he plays some of his flaws out, man, and it doesn't always land in the best of times, but that guy is fast, and he's gotten out of some pretty sticky situations that he's gotten himself in.
That sucks, because he's fast, but the rest of us aren't.
Yeah.
So, like...
And he's made some gold off of it too. So
Yeah.
give props to him. Huge props. This huge storm outside.
Oh, is there? Okay, I was like, is that a biker? Is that a storm? Sorry, heartburn. Not heartburn, but I got a burp. I got a burp. It's retracted. Okay. Yeah, green beans. Along with that, though, it's like I said, it's gonna be a little bit before we add anybody in. So,
Can be posted.
yeah, because as you know, Minecraft is fun, but it takes a while to do everything.
Yeah.
Especially because I want like the castle wall made out of like stone, which you have to fire it. And, but yeah. We're trying to get in the right. Acting. Hey, you don't have to be good, man. This is we're not Broadway. We're not a live performance. It's just
you don't have to change
picture
your voice,
yourself.
man.
Yeah.
Just hey, green beans. Say you're a miner. Just start mining. Say King Blaze comes up to you and is like, "Hey, man, I need my 50 wood for the day." Oh, I'm not a lumberjack. I'm a miner. Well, boy, you better start becoming a lumberjack.
Yeah, just put yourself in this situation, and I'm gonna make sure that there's nobody. The way the rules are gonna go with it is, you can't be rude. That's first of all. So no like Matt won't go up to you and say, "Give me your effing wood, or I'm gonna break your house down." I mean, that's not gonna. I mean, if it's an opposing, if it's like an enemy, then yeah, you're gonna be like, "Oh, get him!"
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're in like the village of the same people, we're not gonna be.
We're not gonna wait till you're off and then go TNT your whole house, put a pressure plate so right when you wake up, you just destroy everything.
Yeah, because that's a thing too. Like, since it's gonna be in a created world that I have, that's the only bad part. You can only play when I'm online. So a lot of my scheduling that I was doing for live streaming is getting switched around. I'm reorganizing it, reshuffling it, and pretty much Minecraft is going to be like a daily stream, and that's going to be the late night one. Well, not late night, but like the 7:30 one. I'm going to try to stick with every time I stream, do it at night at 7:30 or 7. If I do it like during the day, which will only be on Saturday, I think, I'm going to do it anywhere from noon to like 1:30. So that way it's decent times for you guys. So what else do? I mean, I'd like to say no, but
I drop it.
It's people are people. I can't control that. I guess I could put him in a jail. You have to go in jail for swearing for 15 minutes.
All right.
Somebody's gonna have to have like a sheriff or a bailiff or somebody keep him in there. But yeah, any questions? Like, even if you have questions about Minecraft, because that happened, or not Minecraft, D&D, because it happened last week. Mm-hmm. As soon as we logged off, we had like at least 2 people.
We got loaded with questions all of a sudden.
Yeah, ask questions. So feel free to ask questions, even if you're watching it on the replay. Me and Matt always monitor it and make sure that one of us answers it.
Yep.
Usually I let him do it because he knows more about it than I do. So, but if I can jump in and help out, heck yeah. I'm trying to think, man.
Yeah, I think that's really about it.
Yeah, it's not. Character sheets are pretty much about what your imagination can give you.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are sections that you have to roll the dice for to get your stats.
Roll with your DM there. Just don't go ahead and roll for you because, and make sure the DM wants to do the rolling because there are preset skill numbers that you can have. You just have to assign them to a spot, or you roll for it. And I believe it's like 5d6s. You take away the lowest one.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, roll with your DM there. Have a witness. If your DM says, yeah, you can roll fine, don't be that guy that rolls low and cheats.
I would say, just even if your DM says okay, just do it with your DM. Have a witness, just because it's so easy if you get a 2 to go. oh wait, I didn't see that, or oop, fell off the table.
Yep.
Reroll. So easy to do that.
Yep. I would cheat. I would.
I'm not gonna lie, I would too.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't want to be hindered with
Negative rolls.
with bad rolls.
Yeah.
Because
Bueno.
even with that internet site,
Yeah.
for Davian's, man, he got screwed on some.
Well, Sierra did too.
Did she? I see. I didn't know her. Yeah, I didn't see her.
On
I just
hers,
heard
her stuff was pretty low too. But it's one of those things, man.
Gotta bite the bullet.
Come early, make your own character sheet, and you might not have such low numbers.
I was lucky and I actually did mine, I think, in advance. So, and then I went to like the only game shop that we have in town left here with Ed, and we like got character books, the monster books manual. We went through and like we read everything. So that's what like when like we say look and invest into your character. That's exactly what me and Ed did.
And even the internet, say you really like you want to be a bard, you really like the bard because he has jack of all trades, pretty much is a proficient in everything, which is ridiculous. Sierra, your character's overpowered, it's ridiculous.
She's overpowered, but all she does is dance.
Yeah,
they make money.
She's proficient in everything, man.
Oh, that's not fair.
Yeah.
Proficient in shaking it for the boys.
Yeah, she has like a 20 performance, I think. It's ridiculous. Anyways, but even just Google it. Say, hey, what skills are best with the bard? Oh, yeah, go for it.
No, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, say, what skills are best for the bard? You just Google that. You'll have several sites that saying, hey, bard focuses on this, this, this. Here's your skills you want to worry about least because he doesn't utilize them that much. There you go. Very simple, very plain. If you have a specific question about a specific character on what race you think goes with it, leave in the comments. We'll answer it next time or respond in the comments, whichever one it is.
But to answer your question, Green Beans, because it's a Minecraft D&D segment because like it just kind of sorry I took it there, but
no, you're good.
No, but to answer your question, Green Beans, people are people. I can't control what people do.
So the question is swearing allowed in Minecraft? People are people.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. It's gonna slip up. So I was joking around with Matt, but it could be an idea. If that's how everybody wants to play it, we can have a prison, and if you are like a cussing abuser, we'll have the jailer throw you in jail.
And
you got to pay like gold or diamonds to get out.
Keeps happening. You get booted.
Yep, you get booted and banned.
And I think it's gonna be like if you're say that lonely peasant, almost no weapons allowed. If you have armor weapons on, it's like hey.
Yeah. That's what like because there's a game that's out that we played a little bit last year. It's called Neverwinter, and Neverwinter is a really close world to D&D.
I think it's part of D&D actually.
Yeah, through the video game system, and the way that their kingdoms are set up, that's how I want to kind of run it. Yeah. Where if you have a kingdom on this world, you everybody contributes. There's going to be a resources bin, like a diamond, gold, that kind of bin. It just, I don't know, maybe food bin in the center of the town, and you have to deposit X amount, either
per gameplay. Yeah,
per gameplay, and it's not going to be like an amount, and it's like a living token, like a living there token.
Yeah.
Which isn't really bad because I mean you can mine easily, and I'm not going to ask for like all of your gold or you mine 7 gold pieces and I take 5 or 6.
Yeah, and don't be that guy that fills up the whole chest with dirt.
Yeah, no. Because there will be the resources like that, but then there will be like you have to deposit either the iron ore, diamonds. I can't remember the crystals, but stuff like that. But I mind a little bit, but a lot is kind of hard for me. No, yeah, I get it.
I think you can also mute people. You should be able to.
Yeah.
So if you have someone swearing all the time, just mute that guy.
And always just let me and Matt know. Just come find us and let us know. Because we're not always going to play it on a recording or on a stream either.
Yep.
Like we're going to jump on after D&D tonight and play for a little bit. and it's not going to be recorded, and it's not going to be live. It's just going to be us
Probably just finding a spot really and getting
building a
set up.
city. Yeah, doing some mining. I'll probably be up till like 3 in the morning.
Yeah, I go to Spokane tomorrow, so I'll be.
You
I won't stay up that
Spokane?
much. Tomorrow, yeah.
Woo!
Hell yeah.
All right, guys. Yeah, as always, if you enjoyed this, I know it's kind of 2 different tangents today, but it was kind of, we didn't want to just cancel it because we didn't do it last week. We wanted to give you guys a little bit.
Yep.
So hopefully we answered. I know somebody asked about, or had mentioned that they enjoyed the information on our campaign, especially the Krampus, for what we told. Like we said last week, man, that was Christmas time, and it's already April. That's a lot of time in that period to try to remember every little detail that happened, especially because I was sick quite a bit. Like, I didn't leave the house that much.
Yep.
So for me, a lot of it I don't remember. For
I
you,
know a lot of my own
because
stuff going on too.
he's working 2 jobs, and he has a friend on the side that he plays with. They go digging together. They go ocean diving.
Yeah.
Joking. Nobody get mad. It's 2019. Stop it. Also, I think while we wrap it up, because I'm done with D&D talk, because I'm so excited about Minecraft. What I was planning on doing, right? I have like the kingdom wherever we start and set up, and then you'll be like. So I'm trying to remember I don't remember the brothers on Game of Thrones. Like, you'll be like Jon Snow off in the north.
The Hand or whatever, or the Hand, Lord of the North.
Yeah, and I'll be like, not Lady Stark, but the one in the wheelchair.
Yeah.
You know, and we'll both be in charge of our own, but we're gonna be close by to each other. So if you ever think about invading him or I, you'll have 2 kingdoms to deal with.
Heck, bitches. Sorry, green beans. It happens.
That's cool. I mean, it's wait. So like, bills for owning house and castle.
Your donation is pretty much your.
Yeah. It's like the cost of living. So pretty much for you getting invited in, because like I said, it's going to be exclusive. Not everybody's going to. I don't even think I'll have anybody from my PlayStation list except for this guy joining in. It's only for us and subscribers. So and I plan on having this series go for many seasons.
Yep.
But yeah, it's you pay. It's like a cost of living tax. So every time we jump on, like if we're on it and you're not on it, don't worry. You don't have to pay for that time. It's just when we're on and you're on. Yeah, it's to help the whole community is what it is. It'll be in one area. We'll have somebody in charge of collecting it at the end of each session, making sure it's completely empty when we start, and collecting at the end of it, melting whatever down that we have to melt down.
Yep.
And so that'll be like going into the bank. So we'll have the banker who'll pretty much do the whole control of that.
He'll say, "Hey, I'm off at this time. Get stuff in."
Yeah, get everything in by this time. Otherwise, you're gonna get like, I think we'll think of a penalty for it. But it's like, because we don't have the story mode in it, and we don't have the other people. We're trying to make it like a fun, creative thing to do, and I think that'll be a fun way to do it. Because then you still have to work. You'll have incentives to get on and pay.
Yeah,
pay
like
taxes
as you go up, maybe you'll be able to have a bigger house, so you can have a dog or something. Have a bigger house, so you have a pig. Be the farmer. Make those pigs happy and have baby pigs.
And then you could be the farmer for the village. So you have to provide, like, let's say you have 2 pigs, right? So we're not going to just say, oh, you got to donate one of your pigs. No. It'll be, okay, the first sow you get. I think is that what
something like that. Yeah.
The first sow you get, you donate to the kingdom.
And then in return, if we have that gardener, we will give you stuff so you're able to keep making it, type of thing, because you're gonna need to work with whoever's in charge of making the crops. Because in Minecraft, if you have 2 pigs, you have to give them. I think the pig is a carrot. You give them the carrot, and that's how they produce the baby or whatever. It's weird, but it makes sense.
It's
like each animal has a certain item you have to give them.
Yeah, so it's going to be an inner system, and for anybody who has their own kingdom, they have control of the inner workings of their kingdom. So I'll have my own inner workings. Matt will have his own.
Yep.
I'm not going to have like 500 kingdoms. I'm probably going to have maybe 4.
Yeah.
So like me and him are right off the bat going to be one.
And
so
in my
2
kingdom,
slots.
it's going to be like you need a permit to start mining certain areas within the town. So if you're going to want to start a mine in your house, well, you're going to have to give up something. Or donate something, I should say, not give up something.
And there'll probably be like inspections. Like not every day, but every other day. So
it'll be like you can only go so far, and I might go down if you decide to put up 2 little walls to try to block your area and I find out something happened. I have lost a house with some TNT.
Because you have to remember, like the time period we're talking about was very, very iron fist ruling.
Mm-hmm.
We're not doing that. We're doing it to keep it fair for the whole
Right.
platform. But we're going to be definitely getting into our characters quite a bit, and it's going to be like I'm going to try to be the good fair king. But like if you don't pay your taxes, it's definitely dungeons.
Yeah, like think of Game of Thrones for those of you that watched it, where the very first king, he was fair, but when the little dog bit that, Joffrey or whatever, he's like, well, I'll just put them all down. Fortunately, it sucked. Ned didn't want it to happen, but what are you gonna do? I mean, he has to be that strict king every once in a while to, show the fear.
No, that's going to be one of the things. That's why we're not opening the floodgates to let everybody in. We're slowly, gradually letting people in. Like I said, the first, there's only going to be 3 people. You're one of them, Green Beans, so there's only 2 slots open. That's going to be for a little while.
Yep.
Because it's most likely going to be 2 of the 3 that we let in are going to end up being controlling the other 2 kingdoms. And so we're giving you guys that time to set up. So whoever's not in the kingdom is going to pretty much get to choose if they want to be in my town, Matt's town, the other 2 people's. Yep. Here's a quick rundown of metagaming. Since I'm going to be in the game controlling a guy, I'm also going to be giving out the assignments to my place, but I'm also going to be giving out like who's going to be a baddie.
Yeah.
So I can't just take that knowledge and go, Green Beans is a bad guy. Right. I'm going to go kill him while he's like developing.
Right.
No, I'm going to know that you're the bad guy out of game. And when I get into it, I'll probably be nice to you and tell you do something to hurt me and my town. But yeah, there will be no stealing. If you are caught stealing, it's an automatic ban from the game.
Yep.
Because
there's rules, and I mean,
yeah, unless it's like you're taking over, or you're on a raid for another kingdom.
Right.
Like a bad guy comes in to raid us, or we go to raid a bad guy. That's obviously acceptable. You can't steal.
But in my opinion, with those rules though, is the castle's off limits. You can't, if you're raiding, you can't break into the castle because that's not fair to any kingdom. Like I can't go break into yours. I can't break into the bad guy's castle because that's your personal. Like think of the bank. That's your bank. It's guaranteed stuff. You can break in and steal from other players. It still affects me. It still's gonna make me mad.
Yeah.
And I'm also gonna say that if you're in my kingdom and you raid without my permission, then no bueno. You're out of my kingdom.
You could be a miner. That'd be cool. Yeah. If you want to do the miner, you can. You'll just have to pick between. I think for right now, it'll be just between me and Matt's kingdoms.
Yep.
Don't make a decision until we get everything built up, because I think we're starting out.
It's gonna take a little bit.
Yeah, because I mean, think about like a castle. Think about back in those days. It wasn't just a little square plot. It was acres of land.
Yeah, because I imagine my mine to be kind of outside the kingdom, but within my realm. It's not going to be under somebody's house. It's going to be, you have to go this way. That way everybody has fair mining, fair fairness. They don't go down, build their own mine, and then they run into somebody else's mine. Now whose is it? No, that's not fair.
So like what you're saying is like you're gonna have your bordering wall.
Yep.
And like let's say right. So imagine a bordered wall. And then like a mine's up here.
And like the Great Wall of China around all of China, and then my mine is within the Great Wall, but not in my secluded wall.
Yeah, not in your kingdom.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Because I was thinking about how I could do that also because I want to. Because under my castle, I'm gonna have a freaking a prison.
Yeah.
And so I didn't want to have to cut in that and go, oh well.
Yeah.
I'll run through here to do mining while I'm going through the prison,
Yeah.
But, and I think the best way to do like a prison is doing the obsidian, not obsidian. What's the black when you cool magma?
That's obsidian.
Yeah, obsidian prison. Yep. So if you even have a diamond pick, it takes a full diamond pick to get through it.
And they even have now they have magma walls too, where you can't touch the walls because you're gonna burn.
Damn.
Yep.
But yeah, we'll have everything worked out. We'll have everything done really well. Am I allowed to stream from my channel? I can give you shout outs. Yeah, of course you can, man. The only thing that I ask is if you do that, kind of give them a rundown of what you're doing.
Yep. And essentially, anyone not following rules, like if you're in prison, you just use a hack to break out. Like, come on.
Yeah, you have it goes with the role playing. If you're not role playing. I think I'm not even going to do like the baseball 3 strikes. You're going to get 1 stern warning, and then after that, I'm cutting you, and we're going to bring somebody else in.
Yep.
If it's a minor one, like you cuss a couple times too many, it's going to be like a slap on the wrist.
Or it might be like get out of my kingdom, go form your own, or go to see if
But I'm talking, we're talking like major rule breakers. Yeah. It's pretty much it's an automatic ban.
Yeah,
so.
like you're in jail and then you just log off. It's like that's not serving your jail time, man.
No, yeah.
It doesn't mean
it has to be an X amount of online time.
Yeah.
But yeah, the only thing I request for anybody who gets invited into it and streams it, you don't necessarily have to give me a shout out. Just give a description of what it is, what we're doing. And make sure you let your people know that it is a closed server. So if anybody joins, it has to run through this channel.
Yep.
So just because I know a decent amount of people who have tuned in to watch me for so long. That way, it's also because it's this channel is the one starting it. We have control of it, so.
Yep.
Oh wow, you can do that.
You can do it.
If you turn on the setting, you can put certain people into adventure mode, so they can't break blocks.
Yeah, you can actually.
That's gonna be for prisoners.
I can't remember if that's that or only in. No, I think that's right. I think you can even do it so they can't build stuff too.
Oh, that'd be nice. So that way they can't. Because I have seen like people build like up in the clouds, and they do that endless waterfall where they pour water.
I've seen them do it with lava too. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't be that person because that is an automatic boot.
Yeah. See.
Play fair.
I like to build one giant tower that goes straight up. That way, if you're walking about, you have a good reference of I turn around, there's my giant tower. I know where my castle is. That's the only reason why I do it. Because, I mean, man, it saved us quite a bit when we were looking for, where's our castle? Because we just dug this giant mine and winded up 100 yards that way.
Dude, that's happened.
Yeah. So if you have that giant tower.
All right, guys. I think that's doing it for today's D&D Minecraft talk. So,
yep.
I'm not quite sure. All my stuff is like up in the air for what I'm recording, what I'm doing. I was gonna try to get another Spider-Man Turf War. The Spider-Man Turf War's out tonight, but I don't know. I'll probably wait till tomorrow to do it. To kind of slow down, ease down. So I'm trying to still figure out good times that you guys watch everything during the day, during the nights. So, all right, guys. Thank you for tuning in, and make sure you hit the thumbs up if you found the D&D talk and or Minecraft talk interesting.
Yep. think in the future Fridays will probably only be D&D though, right? Just to.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just this week because we didn't do the session.
We didn't want to skip out on you guys.
We covered character sheet, I think, pretty fast and pretty consistent. So it was just kind of like, yeah, you get a little extra content, especially because it's a new series to the channel.
Yep.
But yeah, it's so if you haven't watched that series, it's Newbie Island season 1. Now, some things are going to change because we did change the map.
Yep.
So everything I had started working on so far is going to be like, forget it, but I'm not going to delete the stuff.
Right.
But yeah. All right, guys. We are going to get ready to go play D&D here in a couple hours.
Yep. Grab some food.
And probably play some Minecraft, to be perfectly honest.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, guys. We will see you next week. I will see you guys tomorrow and this weekend. Thank you for joining us. Hit that thumbs up button if you're new around here. Hit the subscribe button for me, please. My voice just wanted to crap out.
All right, guys. I'm Happy Hogan. Got D Blaze here. Peace.
I was going to try to pick your nose before